I'm Kimberly Kay with your entertainment report for MidHudsonNews.com. There are a few reasons Jeff Bridges appears so relaxed as an Oscar nominee. Well, that seems to be his nature. His mother's advice was to just have fun. And he thinks Colin Firth will win the Oscar for Best Actor anyway. Well, Firth says he's still processing his nomination for the King's Speech, and it may take a while before he does. In fact, he says he'll probably punch the air in May at some point and crack open some champagne in September when it all sinks in. Well, choosing an Oscar gown is more of a challenge for Natalie Portman since she's pregnant. She says it's certainly about leaving space for growth from the fitting to the day she wears it, February 27th. But she's a little peeved that fashion has become the conversation instead of the movies right now. However, that's not a problem for Hailee Steinfeld, who's nominated for True Grit. She says in past years she watched the Oscars at home, mainly for the red carpet, just to see what everyone's wearing. Michelle Williams might have on the same super high heels she's been wearing to every event this award season. She says she's made peace with the height. Nicole Kidman says her 2-year-old daughter could have a say in what we see her wearing Oscar night. I've got to say, sometimes it shows. Kidman says her little girl chooses what she calls pretty dresses. So Kidman says her fingers are crossed because I could be wearing a tutu. Well, we could hear a lot of "Thanks, Mom" at the Oscars on February 27th. Nominees' mothers, whom the Oscars producers call the Mominies, are being incorporated into the Oscar festivities. They want nominees' mothers to post updates on Twitter and to appear during the 90-minute pre-show program. But the president of the Academy promises the Oscar telecast will still come in under 3 hours and 10 minutes. Really? And if anyone is surprised that Gwyneth Paltrow will be singing at the Oscars, it's not a surprise to her mom. Blythe Danner says Paltrow has been singing all her life. She remembers making up songs and harmonizing with Paltrow when she was 2 years old. In fact, Danner says she'd be harmonizing a third above the song and Gwyneth would be going sixth. She couldn't believe it. Paltrow will be singing the nominated song "Coming Home from Country Strong" at the Oscars. And if the song wins, the award would go to the songwriters, not Paltrow. Well, if there's one thing Alice Parkinson learned filming Sanctum, was how long she could hold her breath underwater. She did breathing exercises in case there was an emergency and she needed to hold her breath for a long time. Parkinson jokes that if her tanks ran out of air and all the safety divers had just gone out for tea, she felt confident she could hold her breath long enough to swim to the top and be saved. Well, the roommate may be the last person that you'd want to share rent with, but she's a winner at the movies. It topped the box office with $15 million over the slow Super Bowl weekend, bringing in far more than the movie even cost to make. Sanctum comes in second with about $9.5 million. No Strings Attached now is in third. Well, Jenny McCarthy is single after splitting from her boyfriend, Paul Krapalka. Life and Style reports the long-distance thing just proved too much for them, and Jenny decided mutually that it wasn't going to work out. Now, an insider close to Krapalka tells the magazine that he didn't want to move to LA, and she certainly can't move to Boston. She said they're still friends, they just couldn't make it work. McCarthy, who's 38, met Krapalka, who was 43, on a blind date, and she recently told Ellen DeGeneres that she was really happy in her relationship. The actress and former Playboy playmate dated actor Jim Carrey for 5 years before things went sour in 2010. Well, in local entertainment news, Exposures Gallery in Sugarloaf at 1357 Kings Highway at the Sugarloaf Art and Craft Village is participating in the first annual Have a Heart, Save a Heart fundraiser. 25% of sales on February 12th and 13th will be donated to benefit the Columbia Presbyterian Heart Transplant Program. So have a heart and help save a heart this Saturday and Sunday in Sugarloaf. And that's your latest entertainment report. For a new report daily, log on to MidHudsonNews.com. I'm Kimberly Kay.